Hey, this is a very quick intro for SmartLess.
Super fast.
Can I ask you a quick question, though, before we... I know we're doing a quick intro.
No, here's SmartLess.
I think we
I
can
know
go.
it's quick. I know we're going to get to it in 1 second.
Okay,
but
go.
Can I ask you a quick question?
What is it?
What's the rush, man?
Oh, God.
It's SmartLess.
Jason, good morning.
Good morning, listener.
Good morning, Jason. How's your morning been?
It's been stressful. I just went through 45 minutes of tech hell because I bought a new laptop and
Why did you buy a new laptop? Why did you get the new one? Why did you need it?
Okay, well, here's the thing. You've got a couple of kids. Now, the laptops that they're using, are they not your old laptops? Or do you buy them freshies?
Both my kids don't have a laptop, only my 13-year-old.
Okay, what about him? Do you buy him a new one or do you give him your old one?
We got him a new one, his own one, a couple of years ago for school.
Okay. Okay. So I give hand-me-down laptops to my girls, and
Has somebody got construction going on? Is it one of us?
it's not mine.
It's me. Yeah. Do you like that?
Good for you.
Is that the work on your house?
Yeah. I can open up the windows if you'd rather I open up the
Well, do
windows.
you just ask them if they can do it louder?
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are you...
This is
This is the fucking gang who couldn't shoot straight over here this morning.
It's going to be the best episode.
You don't want to take them to fucking have
ever.
them power down while we're doing the
What
record?
am I going to do? They're in the trenches of my driveway because there's leakage and they have to reroute the gas line. And
I
don't
had
know.
some leakage this morning, and it didn't affect my start time. Just my laptop replacement did.
Yeah.
Well,
But otherwise, everything else going good?
What about you, Will? Is everything perfect in your world?
yeah, it seems like
No.
it.
Well, I mean, sort of. I've been finishing off. I just signed off. You know, I'm doing my new show, my Murderville show over there on the
let's
Netflix.
plug that real quick. What's it called?
Murderville. And it's
Okay,
kind of
where can the viewers find that?
They can watch it on Netflix, and
At
it's,
what time?
What do you mean at what time? It's not a schedule. At whatever time they want. That's the whole point.
What time
of
does it come
streaming.
on? Is it like, what's the slot? 8 p.m.?
No, it's not. It's not 8:30 Mountain.
Right after Newhart.
You know what I mean?
What's the lead in?
I mean, the local news.
When does it premiere?
We go local news, and then, but it's kind of like you saw it. It's kind of a hybrid.
I did. It's very good.
Improv show.
Oh, I want to see it.
It comes on in early Feb.
Okay.
First week of Feb, around the 3rd or something.
Short for February, Sean.
Short for February. I don't have a lot of time. And you saw, Sean, you haven't seen the first episode is Conan and me. And I have the guests.
I can catch it in reruns, though,
You
right?
can catch it on reruns, and guests come on, and then they try to solve a murder with me, and they have no idea. I don't give them a script.
Oh, I love it.
And this is a game show, so if they solve the murder, they win money?
No, they don't win a car. They don't win money. They just win respect.
So it's not a game show. It is an unscripted/scripted experience.
Yeah, experience. And there's a lot of laughter, and we goof around. We have great guests, and they kind of improvise. We don't give them anything, and then I improvise with them, and we go and we interview suspects, and it's fun. It's just good, clean fun.
That was a pretty long plug.
Yeah. Murderville.
No,
Streaming now on
What if you were
Netflix.
like L.A. Law on NBC?
8:30. Yeah, anyway.
I need to get into loose, hijinksy chat mode.
Yeah, I know.
I'm all stressed out in my tech mode.
Well, guess what? This is going to make you very happy then, because our guest likes to keep it loose and chatty. He is somebody that Jason, I think that you know, Sean. I'm not sure that you do. Mm-hmm. This is a guy who's been really sort of like a trailblazer. He's kind of created his own universe, and that's very specific and really funny and really different. And he came on the scene. What scene? But he sort of
the murder scene. The murder.
Yeah, the murder scene. No, he
Andrew
came
Dice
on
Clay.
It's not Dice, but maybe he could do a Dice impression when he gets here. This is somebody who's super, super funny. He has created a whole sort of vibe. He's a guy who is not afraid to get his hands dirty. In fact, he just gets his whole body in there. He was born with the name Philip John Clapp. His friends call him PJ.
Oh,
you know, he's from Knoxville,
dear.
Tennessee, so you know him as Johnny Knoxville.
Oh,
Johnny
this is
Knoxville!
Hello, Louise.
Hello, PJ.
Look at this guy.
How you doing?
Oh, man.
What's
I'm
up?
so sorry to keep you waiting. All the tech garbage.
I
lot.
love being witness to the sound check because I like seeing how the sausage is made.
It was dirty sausage this morning. Real dirty sausage.
Yeah.
Did you witness how close to the edge Bateman was? Like how much he was so close to snapping?
Like he's never seen a computer in his life.
I had that look on my face last night when we tried to do ads, right? And it totally blew up in my face.
Yeah.
He did, and he
Tried to
left.
record yesterday.
I mean,
and he just
This man's in charge of people. He runs sets, and
Yeah.
he's never seen a computer in his life.
He doesn't know what the computers do. And he was excited to have the new Monterey operating system, even though he doesn't know why it makes his life better. He's just excited because you like the name. Be honest. You like the name Monterey.
Monterey was better than Catalina.
and you
Yeah.
actually thought that the laptop, and you can only have it on your lap, never on a table or anything else.
Maybe
right?
that's what I asked the guys. I said, now I've got my computer on a table. Could that be it?
Yeah.
They said, yeah, put it on your lap, you dumbass. PJ, where do we find you today?
I'm in the city of Los Angeles. I just got finished recording my radio show.
Whoa,
With my cousin. I do on Outlaw Country every week called the Big Ass Happy Family Jubilee. It ain't too good, but it's long. And
That was Will's handle in high school, I think, right? Just like call, and then they started calling him Pencil, and then yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's acknowledge. Now let's move on. So, PJ, tell us, how long you been doing this radio show? What are you talking about, man?
I've been doing it. We've done over 500 shows.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My cousin Roger Allen Wade and I do it once a week. It comes on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. And it's the highlight of my week. I get to hang out with him for an hour, and we can play any music we want. Mostly good old 70s, outlaw country 60s, but we can play punk. We can play whatever. And I mean, we played Liza Minnelli.
I'm in.
Will and I played Liza Minnelli a little bit on Arrested Development.
I sure did.
yeah, that's right.
I think we both kissed her
Yeah, we both kissed Liza Minnelli. Something that we never thought we'd do.
at the same time.
Wow.
I've never had the pleasure of meeting you. I don't think, or maybe briefly once a long, long time ago. Do I call you PJ? Do I call you Johnny?
You can call me that. You can call me Puddin'. Were you with LW1 back in the day?
I don't know what that is.
A commercial agency, LW1?
Oh,
Me? No, I wasn't.
because he
Oh,
looked
okay.
familiar to PJ, Sean.
Yeah.
Because you used to get every commercial back in the day.
Sure. Sean used to get every commercial. Like Tostitos Scoopers probably did that, right? Because they're so easy on game day to just scoop, right? That was your whole.
No, maybe I saw you then. No, but do your friends call you PJ or?
Yeah. PJ or Knoxville, either.
Okay, yeah.
Every time you say PJ, I look at Jason sucking to somebody off camera saying, "What time are we wheels up?" So listen, so PJ, let me ask you this: you mentioned the commercial work. So when you first came to Los Angeles many moons ago, did you move to LA to be an actor specifically? And because I know you did a lot of commercials, right?
Yeah, I moved to LA to become an actor. The best thing to come out of Tennessee is I-40 West. So I got out of town 2 weeks after high school and went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in Pasadena for their summer program.
Wow, that's so cool.
Wow.
And I went like 2 weeks. It was a 6-week program. I went 2 weeks, didn't go back. I was just interested in partying. And that's all I did for the first 6 years.
Is that true?
Yeah, I would take some acting classes and kind of pursue acting, but I was more interested in partying. And that didn't stop until my then girlfriend got pregnant with my daughter. And I'm like, oh, I need to do something and quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I lived next door to Antoine Fuqua.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
put me in touch with a casting director who got me an agent. And my friend John Linson put me in touch with the editor of Bikini Magazine. And I started writing articles for them. That's what I really became focused when I knew I had a mouth to feed.
Sure. I like the idea that you go like, my then girlfriend got pregnant and I looked out the window. I thought, I got to jump out this window and film it.
That was my best guess, man.
Yeah.
Like my father told Rolling Stone, they're like, why do you think he does what he does? He goes, well, he's like that Dominican baseball player. He's not going to get off the island by bunting. So I had to really go for it.
Yeah, I mean, tell me a little bit about, so obviously you really came into people's consciousness.
Well, I'm sorry, hold that thought for 1 second. Johnny.
Am I too loud?
Yeah, it's a little hot. Let's just push the mic back by about, try now, give us a sound check.
Check. 1, 2.
Rob, you like that?
Perfect. Thank you.
Great, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of levels you like on your radio gig, man, but you know?
Yeah, are you on W Shout FM? Like, what's going on? Dude, so I mean, but you know, everybody knows you knows and loves the Jackass show and the movies. You guys have made what? 3 movies so far?
Well, Jackass Forever will be our 4th. It comes out February 4th, 2020.
I can't wait.
No
Right, that comes out the day after Murderville.
Murderville, I hear so much about Murderville.
Yeah,
Is that on
yeah,
Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It's streaming.
What time does that come on?
The day before Jackass Forever at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. What's its lead in? I'm doing all Jason's material.
So
That's it. You've tapped it out.
So now, PJ, you're pregnant. You're growing a baby, and you think I got to start grabbing some money and get the coffers all nice and full. So you start writing for Bikini Magazine.
Yeah.
You've got an agent. You're doing auditions, and you think, well, let me get a third form of possible income in filming stunts. Was this all sort of simultaneous?
The stunts grew out of my writing, right? I did a lot of participatory journalism stuff, poor imitations of Hunter S. Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an idea where I wanted to test self-defense equipment on myself, pepper spray myself, stun gun, taser gun, and shoot myself in the chest with a .38 while wearing a bulletproof vest. And
But wait, just stop, pause just for a second there. Why?
For an article, right?
for an article.
Okay.
Just so you could experience and then write about it.
Yeah, I saw someone get pepper sprayed, and a reporter get pepper sprayed on the news, and it was the funniest thing I'd seen. I'm like, what if I do a whole host of things to myself?
Yeah.
And a lot of magazines wanted me to do it.
Sure.
But they wanted to treat it like a negative pickup and didn't want anything to do with it until I'm done.
Right.
But I had zero cash at the time. I didn't have enough money to buy the pepper spray, the stun gun, the taser. I had to buy a bulletproof vest.
Whoa.
So I remember I used my mom's Christmas money that year, which was $300, and bought the cheapest bulletproof vest they made. And
Not a corner you want to cut.
yeah, I called and I said, hey, is this vest really top form? They're, yeah, this is best, great bulletproof vest. And I said, good, because this is what I'm going to do. And they said, can we call you back? And I said, sure. And they called me back. We can't recommend you doing that. Well, I'm like, it's too late. I've already said I was going to. But anyway, I took it around. No one wanted to support me in it except for one guy, and that was Jeff Tremaine, who was the editor of Big Brother magazine, a skateboarding magazine owned by Larry Flint. And Jeff, went on to create and direct Jackass with me and Spike. So I wrote it for Big Brother magazine, and a couple days before I was going to write the article or do the shoot, Jeff said we should film it and put it in our skateboard video, because they were filming skate videos at the time. And I said, all right. And the day of, I went to pick up the cameraman, Dmitry Eliaskovich, who became our director of photography on Jackass.
Yeah.
We have a lot of high-sounding titles for guys who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, Dimitri's on the side of the road. I'm like, okay, get in, let's go shoot. He goes, okay, here's play, here's pause, here's stop. Just bring it back when you're done. I said, you're not coming? He goes, no, I can't come. Because even Big Brother didn't want anything to do with it because I was shooting myself.
Yeah.
So you had to pull the trigger yourself. You didn't have so it was point blank range, literally.
My friend, beautiful Jason, was supposed to shoot me once we just drove out to 14 and pulled off on the fire road because we didn't know where to go. And he got out there and he goes, I'm not
You
shooting
should
you.
have done it in front of a hospital, dum-dum. You don't drive as far as you can away from any sort of civilization.
We were so far.
Right.
But I got out there and no one would shoot me. And also, like, the photographer had seen one of his friends die doing a stunt once, jumping off a hotel. So he was really freaked out. And so I had to end up shooting myself, and everyone's screaming not to do it. And my cameraman is, like, going all over with the camera. Like, he almost misses me shooting myself.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Wait. So it wasn't a blank. It was a real bullet.
No, it was a real. There's no faking it.
Wow. So 38 caliber bullet at point blank range into a bargain chest protector, bulletproof vest, and obviously everything worked out okay.
Yeah.
Did it knock you down? Did it hurt you?
What it felt like is someone took a shovel and hit you in the chest with it. It knocked me back. I dropped the gun, but I didn't fall down.
Wow.
The vest dispersed the impact.
Wow. And you liked it so much that you were like, hey, that was a cool experience. Let's see what else I could do.
It was fun, but it was more of a matter of like, this is what I know I can do. I feel like I can do this.
But did you grow up doing that? Were you jumping off shit when you were a kid?
I wasn't so much like that as a kid. I mean, I was a little rambunctious, but not to that point.
No, this guy went to the Academy of Dramatic Arts in Pasadena. He wasn't coming out to like jump off buildings. He was like going to do Shakespeare.
Know, but it's a pretty late talent to learn that you got. Like you're in your 20s and you start shooting yourself. You know what I mean?
He had to feed mouths.
Well, he was about to feed the Undertaker's mouth. You know what I mean?
I come from a very small town in Tennessee, and life moves,
pretty fast.
And it's like growing up in a coal mining town. It's,
Did you want to get the hell out of there? Were you like, when you were young?
For sure.
Yeah. How old were you when you realized, like, I got to get the fuck out of this place?
Around 16.
Yeah.
15, 16.
Because it was slower than you naturally were sort of ticking.
I just knew if I stuck around, it was going to be trouble because most of my friends either became cops or went to jail.
Yeah, instead you went out to Los Angeles for a safer route of shooting yourself in the chest.
Right.
I mean, it's,
And now, a word from our sponsor.
SmartLess is brought to you by Allform. If you have been listening to SmartLess for a while, you've heard us mention how much we love our Helix mattresses. And guess what? Helix just launched a new sofa company called...
What's it called?
Allform, Sean.
Oh, Allform. So what makes an Allform sofa really cool?
Please tell.
Oh, good. For starters, Allform is the easiest way to customize a sofa using premium materials and at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores. I was never good with fractions, but I think I understand what they mean.
Yeah, no, well, listen, seriously. You can customize every aspect of your new sofa to ensure it's perfect for you and your home.
They got armchairs and love seats, all the way up to an 8-seat sectional. So there's something for everyone. And you can always start small and buy more seats later on if you want your Allform sofa to grow and change with you when you move.
Allform sofas are also delivered directly to your home, which is so convenient because that's really where you're going to want to use it, right? Not down the street.
You don't want it sent to like the gas station.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And it's fast. It's free shipping. And you can assemble it yourself in just a few minutes.
Well, I ordered the Allform 5-seat corner sectional in light gray fabric and natural legs. And guess what? It goes with my natural legs.
You know what I got, Sean? I got some weighted blankets because I'm prone to float away when I'm sleeping because my dreams are just so I just float around in the clouds. These weighted blankets, they keep me down.
And if getting a sofa without trying it in stores sounds like a little risky, you don't need to worry. You get 100 days to decide if you want to keep it. That's more than 3 months, guys, if you did the math. And if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund.
To find your perfect sofa, check out allform.com/smartless. And Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/smartless.
SmartLess is brought to you by FanDuel. I love the Super Bowl. There, I said it. I've been kind of holding out on y'all for a minute, but I do. I love the Super Bowl because it's the culmination of a season of hard work for the last two standing teams, and it's just a chance for I was going to say the world to come together. It's not that. It's really just about one team smashing another, and that's what I love about it. And it's fun. And the Super Bowl this year just got even more exciting because FanDuel Sportsbook is hooking new customers up with 56-1 enhanced odds when they make a deposit. That means you can bet $5 to win $280 on any team to win any NFL playoff game. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. It's a simple and easy-to-use app with generous promotions every day. It's safe and secure with best-in-class customer service. So when it comes to using an app where you want to bet on the big game, nothing comes close to FanDuel. It's just the easiest, so great and easy to use. It's amazing. And when you win, FanDuel will pay you your winnings in as little as 2 hours. So if you already have FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel is hooking all customers up with $50 when you refer a friend. Plus, your friend will get $50 too. Don't miss your chance to win $280 off a $5 bet when you use promo code SmartLess when signing up. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app, use promo code SmartLess, and pick your team before kickoff. 21 plus exclusions apply. See show notes for full disclaimer.
I want to thank Native for supporting this show. It's a new year, and who doesn't want to make some easy changes to their personal hygiene routine to make it a little bit cleaner? That's where Native comes in. Native's aluminum-free deodorant and body washes are never made with parabens or sulfates and are both cruelty-free. Beyond their customer-favorite classic deodorant, Native also offers sensitive and plastic-free options. The sensitive formula is made without baking soda for those with more sensitive skin, and the packaging for their plastic-free deodorant is made of 100% paperboard. I want to talk to you about my favorite Native scents. I could go on for 20 minutes just about Fresh Peach Cupcake. Nothing says come and get it than Fresh Peach Cupcake. If you can't get enough of Native scents, why don't you try their body wash, idiot? Their body wash have a rich lather that leaves skin feeling moisturized and conditioned long after you shower. So come and get it. To kick off this new year, Native has partnered with Baked by Melissa with a collection of scents inspired by Baked by Melissa's delicious cupcake creations. You can choose from tie-dye vanilla cupcake, mint cookie cupcake, fresh peach cupcake, ginger lemonade cupcake. You can choose from so many darn flavors and just sweeten up your bod. This year, up your personal hygiene routine with Native. Go to nativedeo.com/smartless or use promo code SmartLess at checkout and get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/smartless or use promo code SmartLess at checkout for 20% off if you like to save money. Bye now.
And now back to the show.
So once this happens, you successfully shoot yourself in the chest. It makes for a great video. My brain would immediately go to, okay, if I'm going to make a living at this, by sort of definition, everything needs to be an escalation. Like the next thing needs to be bigger, better, more dangerous than shooting myself in the chest. Were you not overwhelmed with the pressure of that?
No, I didn't become overwhelmed with the pressure of that until we thought about making Jackass #2. At the time when I did my first article with the self-defense, I just wanted to continue doing things that were in the same vein and interesting and funny. I didn't feel pressure at that time. I felt like I was onto something new. It was the beginning of something.
But wasn't it a series? Yeah. Wasn't it a series before it was a movie, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, we were on the air for about 9 or 10 months, and I quit.
Yeah, because you were like, why am I making this basically for free for MTV?
No.
Oh.
What happened was it was an election year, and we'd had some copycat incidences, and which were unfortunate. And Joseph Lieberman, vice presidential nominee under Al Gore, decided his platform, he was going to get tough on Hollywood, specifically me and MTV.
Good for him.
So he just lambasted us in the press. And after that, MTV got scared, and so they had to assign an OSHA person to our show, and we couldn't jump off things more than 4 feet high, and we had all these new rules, and it was impossible to do the show the way that we do it. So I was like, what we do is silly and absurd, but
I'm out.
It means too much to me to do it watered down, so I just quit.
Right.
You know, it sounds like they should have assigned an oh shit person to this show.
Hey,
Will, that's
Look at me,
wonderful.
Wait, so PJ, so you do this show, you do this with Tremaine and with Spike, as you mentioned, the great Spike Jonze, who we love and adore. And so, what was your involvement with Spike before that? Were you guys friendly from like skating and stuff? What was that relationship?
Sean, tell Tracy what Spike Jonze has done.
Spike Jonze.
He's directed a bunch of your favorite movies.
You tell. You say.
Being John Malkovich, Her, Where the Wild Things Are, Help
Some
me
of the
keep
greatest
going.
videos ever made. The Buddy
Yeah.
Holly video for Weezer. The Sabotage video for Beastie
A
Boys.
visionary, incredible
He made
taste.
a great video for Pretty Sweet for a skateboard company that was I don't know, featuring some guy who was really hilarious.
He had a small arc on Todd Margaret. Am I wrong?
No, we did 2 seasons of Todd. I'll tell you my favorite story about Spike when we were doing that show with David Cross over in the UK, and
What was it called?
called the Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret, and we're doing these scenes, and we're like trying to investigate this crime. So Spike's character starts acting like Sherlock Holmes, and he's got this hat on, and this stupid pipe and stuff, and he's got this notepad. And he couldn't remember a lot of his dialogue anyway. And then he would always break. He'd start laughing all the time. And you know, Spike, he just kind of giggles, right? So he's like, I got this notebook anyway. And he's like, I'm just going to write my dialogue in the notebook. I go, yeah, great. Yeah, let's do that. So then we walk into a scene. We're standing there. And we got to talk to this other character. And Spike's holding his notebook. And he starts going, I think, God, what is... And I go... You've got it written down in front. You can't go up on your line if you're reading it, man.
Couldn't read his own writing.
What are you doing?
This is when he went full tilt direction.
But so you and Spike, what was that relationship? What'd that come out of?
I was friendly with Spike, right? He directed a couple of videos for my friend's band Wax. So he was in the same kind of friend group, but I didn't have that much, like, we didn't hang out alone. We just like all hung out in a group. And when Jeff and I, we knew after the number 2 the Big Brother video, we're like, Jeff recognized we have a really good group of guys, and we talked about doing a show, and he goes, should I call Spike to see if he wants to do it with us? Spike and Jeff went to the same high school in Maryland, Walt Whitman High, together. So Jeff called up Spike, and, thank God he was up for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you went from a show to a film.
Yeah.
And that was obviously wildly successful. And now you're coming up on releasing the 4th. What's the process like to come up with these things? And I apologize if this is a question you've answered a million times. But
I'm fascinated. I'm such a massive fan of the movies. And yes, Jason's question I've always...
Do you sit around a table and just share a nice beverage and think up crazy ideas, or is it a little bit more sort of structured than that? Like, is there like a writer's room kind of thing?
Personally, I write best when I'm alone. But I we do have writers' meetings, Jeff and I. We just kind of sit there and kick things back and forth. I get a lot of ideas from cartoons, Tom and Jerry especially.
Of course.
What about Coyote and Roadrunner?
Yeah. There's one bit in the new movie, straight Coyote and Roadrunner. I look at real life like it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
And that's cost me quite a few times.
Yeah.
But for Jackass Forever, after Jackass 3, I didn't know if we'd ever do another one. If you ask the cast, they would say that I would never do another one, so they didn't think it was ever going to happen. But I kept writing for 10 years. So I had a stack of, 40, 50 pages of ideas.
Yeah.
Which I threw on the breakfast table a couple of years ago and said, Jeff, I want to do another one. And it was completely out of the left field, and he was like, oh, shit. He wasn't excited. Because he was in the middle of another movie, and he was in the weeds, and I could just see pressure go across his face.
I would imagine that every one of these ideas that are good ideas, the first instinct is, oh, well, that's just too far. We can't do that. That would be awful. And then you have to think another 30 seconds about it, and you go, yeah, but it's kind of like that's what we thought on the last one. But then it worked, and it was painful, but it was funny. And so at what point, I'd imagine because we're all about the same age, the body's ability to rebound and recoup from these things physically and a little bit mentally starts to become taxed a little bit. Do you start to cast younger guys as part of the troupe so that they can take on some of these things? I mean, how does all that work?
Well, What was the first part of that question? Sorry.
The first part about it is the first
By
time.
the way, that's a really valid question, PJ.
Yeah, I pack a bunch in. I apologize. Let me slow down a little bit, or should I speed up?
No.
Or just go. I'll just go quiet.
The first part. Sorry.
So when you think up these things, doesn't it seem that it's too much?
The line is constantly getting drawn and erased. Right?
Right.
Because Jeff and I will have, when we come up with an idea that's like riding that line, we're like, let's shoot it and see how it works. Oof. We have that luxury of just shooting so many different things. And if we view it afterwards, we're like, that's a little too much, then we cast it aside. But we always err on the side of having it and not needing it, aside from needing it and not having it.
Right.
And as far as the body's ability to recoup, I can only talk about me personally. I'm not very in touch with my body. And I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Right.
I'm just not very in touch with my body. But I knew coming into Jackass Forever, I've been doing this for 20 years, and this would be my last film where I put my life on the line, right?
Right.
Is there a stunt that you didn't do because you just thought it was for whatever you wanted to do it but never did, just because you're like, you know what, that's just going to be, somebody's going to get really hurt?
Well, we put my biggest stunts to the end of the film so we can get what we need. And I did a stunt on, I know the date because I had to spend the weekend in the hospital. It was December 18th of 2020. I wanted to prank an animal, right?
Sure.
I really wanted to prank an animal.
Yeah, they deserve
So what
it.
we came up with was I was going to do a magic trick on a bull. And boy, was that not a good idea, because I had to do it twice, by the way, because the first bull, he hit me hard, but it didn't look good on film. It was one of those like, oh, I'm going again. But anyway, I spent the week in the hospital because I broke my wrist, my rib, I got a concussion, and a brain hemorrhage.
Oh my God.
So
fuck, man.
But see, like, to me, I would just think of the math of the stunt itself and know that at a minimum, that's what's going to happen, right? So, like, there's no version of the stunt that goes perfectly. So talk to me about what is the percentage of pain and problem you're willing to accept as a fait accompli for this thing. It's like, how do you get hit by a bull and expect to just kind of walk away? So you're accepting some kind of damage on every stunt, yes?
Well, I'm doing things where I have no idea how they're going to turn out. So I have to mentally walk into the bull ring and be okay with however this is going to turn out.
Oh my God.
That
right?
is so
crazy.
soft. I don't even take a risk on hotels. I know. I can look at 3 stars and know it's not going to be pleasurable for me. Right? It's just easy.
Yeah.
Well, I got a 5-star hit out of it. So,
There
and
you
I'm
go.
sitting here today talking to you guys. I'm
That's
walking
okay.
around.
You're my hero,
I've been
man.
extremely lucky for all the things I've done.
You're amazing.
And Johnny, or sorry, PJ, do you know you've done so much great work as an actor, but you're most known, I would guess, for the Jackass franchise. Do you miss being that guy who came out to become an actor and be known in that way rather than what's made you famous?
I mean, you've made a lot of movies too.
Yeah, tons of movies.
As an actor.
Yeah, I just consider, man, I am lucky to be here. I am lucky to be where I'm at. I've gotten to
Same with Jason.
work for the last 20 years with the same cast and the same crew. It's just a group of friends.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade that for anything. And
Right.
everything else is just gravy.
Yeah.
When you do, how did you like doing but Jackass you've done a lot of movies, and a lot of those doors were open because of Jackass, and everybody's like, wow, this guy's funny and he's talented and he's handsome and blah blah blah.
Oh, shucks.
When you started working on those movies, I don't know, Dukes of Hazzard and all these things, like did you Men in Black, were you like, oh, right on, like this is what I love doing more, or were you like, fuck, I miss hanging with my guys?
I wasn't torn like that. I was just happy to be able to have the Jackass career and to be doing movies on top of that.
Yeah, doing both.
From a kid from East Tennessee who probably had very, very, very low chances of making anything out of himself. I get the joke.
Yeah. Talk to me about your family, PJ, because when I was I think one of the reasons, I'm guessing one of the reasons people connect so much and love the Jackass movies is because it's like a wish fulfillment. You get to be a kid again and do all these pranks and run around like a jackass. And when I was a kid, we, single mom, dad left when I was young, and there's no parenting.
Talk about that.
Yeah,
we would have knife fights in the dark. We would literally throw steak knives at each other.
This is with your dad
one of my brothers
before he left.
Yeah, one of my brothers built darts out of needles and threw them, and they stuck in my back, and so there was a bunch of stuff not nearly as dangerous as what you do.
Knife fights in the dark is pretty we wouldn't film that.
Yeah,
no, you wouldn't film that, and. It was called Tiger in the Grass, and we'd turn off all the lights in the house, and it was dark, and we'd whip knives at each other. Anyway, so that's why I love the movies, because they remind me of being a kid. But did you do any of that when you were? By the way, brothers, sisters, how big, small was the family, and did you do any of that?
I never did Tiger in the Grass. Hello, my name's Sean Hayes, and this is Tiger in the Grass. No, I never did that. I had two older sisters, 8 and 10 years older. My dad told me I was one of those M&M babies. I said, "What's that, Dad?" He goes, "You came between menstruation and menopause."
Oh wow.
Wow.
He said, "The best part of you ran down your mama's crack, boy."
Wow.
And then my mom, which would make it worse, she'd go, "Oh, honey, it did not." I'm like, "Mom, that was a completely throwaway line until you justified it."
Right.
Don't stretch it out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now is Rocco watching these things and doing the same thing and jumping off stuff, and you're having to rush him to the hospital?
No, most all of Rocco and Arlo's friends have seen Jackass, and they didn't even know about Jackass, right? Growing up.
Oh, really? They knew Men in Black, they knew Dukes of Hazzard, but you didn't show them this stuff.
No, I don't even think they knew about that. They knew Daddy was an actor, but Daddy was nice enough to never have to make him sit through his films.
How old are they?
They're 10 and 11. Rocco will be 12 in a few days.
Right.
Anyway, we were sitting at the dinner table one night. Rocco was 8 or 9, and he just goes, "Jackass." And we're like, "What?" It was just it was like a reflexive. And so I had to tell him, "Yeah, Dad does this." And I've shown him a couple of things, but since he's kind of wired like my father, I don't want to show him a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid that he's going to say, "What the hell are you doing?"
No, I'm afraid he'll go, "That seems like a good thing to do."
Right. Got it. Right.
I don't want him to get hurt.
I had a moment a little while ago. Jason and I did this thing that Sean had done a couple years ago. This live sitcom. We did an episode of The Facts of Life, and so Jason and I had these terrible wigs on and stuff. And I remember one time I had my 13-year-old. We were driving from the trailer to set or whatever, and I'm wearing this crazy wig and this stupid costume. And I looked at him. He kind of looked at me, and I said, "Is it pretty weird that this is what your dad does?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought he was going to go "Yeah, it's fucking bonkers, man, because you look like a lunatic or whatever." And I'm 51 and I'm his dad. And he said, "No, I think it's okay." I was like, "Oh, cool. All right.
Because that's what they've grown up with.
Yeah, they've grown up in the circus.
Right?
Right with us.
I saw one of those things where you guys were in the wigs and you slapped the cow walking shit out of Jason in the middle of the scene. And you guys were background. Yeah. You guys weren't even in the main guy. He's trying to steal the thunder.
Well, his mouth, he's got such a mouth on him. And
I was running my mouth.
The night before, we'd done a dress rehearsal, and he tried to jam my hand on the table in the background, and I moved it. So this time I went on the offensive. I was like, "Shut the hell up," and I slapped him.
It was so good.
It was so funny.
You got to stay awake if you're in the background.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. SmartLess is brought to you by Squarespace.
Sean.
From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Squarespace is everything to sell.
Sorry. Sorry, Sean.
Squarespace is
No, but I know
everything
that. But
to
can I just tell you something?
Yeah.
Squarespace is everything to sell anything.
Yeah.
Squarespace has the tools you need to get your business off the ground,
That's right.
including e-commerce templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. Whatever you sell, Squarespace has merchandising features to make your products look their best online.
That's right. Plus, you can connect with your audience.
Yeah.
Generate revenue.
Generate revenue. You can generate revenue.
Gated, members-only content.
Members-only content.
Manage your members.
Send email communications and leverage audience insights all on one easy-to-use platform.
Got social media?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you do. Display posts from your social profiles on your website. Automatically push website content to your favorite social media channels so your followers can share it too.
Check out squarespace.com/smartless for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code SmartLess to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/smartless. Offer code SmartLess.
We get support from ButcherBox. Meal prepping is difficult. ButcherBox makes it easy. ButcherBox is a subscription service that takes the guesswork out of finding high-quality meat. They source their meat from partners with the highest standards for quality. No more searching the grocery store for 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, wild-caught seafood, and more. You get it. Their sourcing decisions are made holistically, keeping the farmer, the planet, the animal, and your family in mind. My favorite thing about ButcherBox is its convenience. It's delivered right to your door, and they did all that work. They do all the work for you about mining the best meat there is possible for you and your family. So you know that when you open it and you eat it, it's going to taste great. Not only taste great, but the quality is the highest you can get. Every month, ButcherBox ships a curated selection of high-quality meat right to your home, free shipping for the continental United States. Each box contains between 8 to 14 pounds of meat, depending on the box you choose. That's enough for 24 individual meals. That's a lot. This is your chance to never have to shop for ground beef again. That's right. ButcherBox is giving new members free ground beef for life. And right now, our listeners will receive ground beef for life, plus $10 off. Just sign up at butcherbox.com/smartless and get 2 pounds of ground beef free in every order for the life of your membership, plus $10 off your first box. Log on to butcherbox.com/smartless to claim this deal.
Thanks to Embark for sponsoring the show, by the way. Just got my Embark kit for Bella, my dog, and I'm really excited. I just sent away because I want to find out my dog's breed results, health results, and I kind of want to figure out all that stuff about her so I can know more about Bella, my dog, so I can take care of her in the best way, and I can give her the best experience. And Embark is pushing science forward to help all dogs have longer, healthier lives. See, Embark helps dogs live happier, healthier, longer lives by giving owners the information they need to create personalized care plans based on their pet's unique DNA profile. That's what I'm excited about being able to do. I can't wait. It's a team effort. Every dog tested through Embark helps bring us all closer to ending preventable diseases in dogs. Now, Embark offers the most scientifically advanced dog DNA test. Their test analyzes more than 230,000 genetic markers. That's over twice as much genetic data than the competition. Right now, Embark has a limited time offer on their Breed and Health Kit and Purebred Kit for our listeners. So go to embarkvet.com to get free shipping and save $50 with promo code SMARTLESS. Visit embarkvet.com and use promo code SMARTLESS to save $50 today.
All right, back to the show.
PJ, is there anything that you haven't done in the entertainment world, or a role you've always wanted to play, or something that you haven't tackled yet that you want to while you still can?
Well, I love making documentaries, and I want to continue doing that. There's a couple we're circling right now. A role I've always wanted to play. I always wanted to play Johnny Cash, but that got
taken.
Yeah, that got taken care of.
Are you digging any documentaries that are on right now? Do you like the murder ones? Do you like the sports ones?
The whole gamut. I watched the other day, I think it's Operation Odessa. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's about the submarine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys who tried to scam the Russian mob and the Cali cartel.
Down in Florida, right?
Yeah, the guy Tarzan who owned the place where Porky's was shot at.
Yeah. It's very good. That thing's
I love
great.
that shit. Did you see that? Did you see that 100-foot wave? Did you see that one?
I saw that and I loved it.
Yeah.
I was so in, and episode 6, it ends. And so I keep checking for episode 7, and it never happened. I thought there was more going to happen. It just kind of went away.
About Laird Hamilton?
No.
It's about that other guy. I forget his name. The guy. It's incredible. Jason, you got to see it. Sean, too. You got to see it. It's incredible.
But it's literally about a 100-foot wave about a surfer?
Yeah, it's about a guy who's like looking. The idea that there's this 100-foot wave out there, and they end up in Portugal.
The wave is Nazaré in Portugal.
It's so.
Oh, Will loves Portugal.
I sure
Ask
do.
him about Portugal.
I want to move to Portugal. This has been my thing for about the last year.
Tuck in, guys.
Well, no, it's great. Murderville, February 3rd on Netflix at 8 o'clock,
geez.
and then Nazaré, Portugal. These are the things
Totally
I talk about.
appropriate. Yeah.
The guy's name was Garrett McNamara.
Yes.
He's still going for it, him and all his buddies.
Really?
Yeah, not a young guy. Like, he's our age, right? 50, mid-50s. Looks incredible. And he's the first guy. Some dude reaches out to him and says, there's this incredible wave here in Nazaré, Portugal. And so he goes, and he grabs these 2 yahoos out of Ireland who've been doing like big wave surfing off of Ireland.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, do you guys want to, you want to tow me into this crazy wave? And they're like, yeah, sure. And the big wave only happens in the winter. So like the conditions are brutal. And they go in and he tackles this huge freaking, it's nuts, man. It's nuts.
I mean, just driving out to the wave on the jet ski is perilous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, one time, Jason, you want to tell them about the thing that happened with your Tesla that time?
What? Yeah.
Because we're talking about stunts and taking chances.
Oh, man. This one time I was trying to pull my golf bag out of the back seat of my Tesla real fast. Too fast.
Yeah.
And I hurt the very tip of my ring finger.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh man, I couldn't swing a golf club for about 4 or 5 weeks.
Nor play flamenco guitar.
Oh,
No,
man.
he couldn't do anything. And Sean, you hurt your fingers once, right? You were doing the music from Oklahoma, and you went too fast,
Too fast.
right?
Right, too fast.
On the keys.
I can't say no during the number. I can't say no.
So, Will, what else are you working on? What's your new show, Will?
It's Murderville. It's it's on Netflix. Wait, so enough about Murderville. Let's get back to Jackass, which is coming out on February 4th.
February 4th.
Yeah.
So this is
Can't wait.
you're hanging up the Jackass. You're hanging up your spurs or whatever. I don't know what you'd say.
Well, after the first couple films, we're like, this is it. And then we did a 3. And now here's a 4. So we're never going to say never again, but I would step back.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you infuse new talent to keep the franchise going?
We have. There's new cast in Jackass Forever. We have 5 new cast members, and they're great.
Isn't it time for other people to get hit in the nuts? Like you've been hitting the nuts enough,
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we folded some young blood into the show, and
PJ, was there ever that kind of that white whale of a stunt or thing that you were like that you always kept in the back of your mind, like I'd love to ride on the back of a space shuttle or some shit, you know what I mean?
Jump from a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
Jump over the Snake River.
Sure, there's a lot of ideas that we really wanted. There's this one idea that we've had an idea for, I don't know, the last 10 years. I can't really say what it was, and we got so close on this, but it went to the top of Paramount, and they came back and they said, if you shoot this idea, it's going to be at least like $10 million for insurance.
Wow.
And it just was prohibitive, and it broke my heart because I thought we were actually going to get to pull it off. But maybe one day we can. And, I became obsessed with getting the Jackass flag on the moon.
Right.
It's not really a stunt or a prank, but I really want to someone plant the Jackass flag on the moon.
PJ, are you like a health food nut? Do you do that kind of shit? Do you eat well? Like you always seem like you're kind of in good shape, and are you that kind of thing?
I'm not a health food nut, but I try to eat good. I grew up eating so poorly.
Yeah.
Right in Tennessee, I never drank water really growing up. We drank Coca-Colas all day long. You know, that was what we drank. And Mom cooked with like so much sugar and butter. And around 13 or 14, I'm like, God, this doesn't feel right. I need to start eating like chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah, chicken and rice sounds great except for the rice part.
Now, Jason, you won't eat rice. Is that right?
I will eat rice when I'm looking at rice and it looks great when I'm at a Japanese restaurant or something. But yeah, no, I don't have like a bunch of carbs and starch as a general daily 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
Stuff me full of garbage. I'm
Yeah,
eating,
rice. Oh, yeah. I mean, rice is really garbage. You're right.
Well, no, but it's like it's just what is it? It's just like substance. Like I want
It's a
I
grain.
want protein and I
Sure.
want vegetables and I want fruit.
Yeah.
Right. And what's the name of the dance troupe you're in again? Sorry, because you're a professional dancer, I'm guessing, by the way you talk. I think Jason, I accused Jason the other day that he's looking, his goal is he just wants to just barely dip below 100. He just wants to get below 100 pounds.
I want to look ill. That's the goal.
I had one time I was working on this thing in this costumer and I was like losing a lot of weight and she goes, "Will, you can't get too skinny." And I said, "That's what I always say." But
No, I don't know. Don't you feel better when you got gasoline in your car instead of you pour orange juice in your tank and your car won't move. I'm trying to put in my body what it needs to run right.
what?
I just had a massive glass of orange juice before this.
What are you what orange juice in the cart? None of it adds up.
It's a tough thing to follow there.
Sean, you eat kind of whatever you want, right?
Yeah, carbs in the morning, carbs at night.
The marshmallow spread.
Yeah, I just had like 3 s'mores last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
great story. So, did you? Thanks for sharing that with everybody, with our listeners.
You want me to teach you how to
Our
make them?
listeners going crazy.
Yeah.
Did you listen to this week's SmartLess? Sean had 3 s'mores and never expanded on it. Hey,
Well, how do you expand on a s'more? It's 2 graham crackers,
well,
marshmallows.
what were you? Were you on a fucking camping trip?
No, I do them over the stove. I roast the marshmallows over the stove.
Wait a second.
And I use 2 of them.
This is a true story.
Yeah, this is a true story.
You and Scotty made s'mores last night.
No, he doesn't eat them. He doesn't like them. I put two
Just by yourself.
marshmallows.
Just by yourself.
It takes 2, and then you put a big chunk of Hershey's chocolate bar and 2 graham crackers, and you just stuff your fucking
Because
face.
you felt like, well, I want a little treat. I'm going to make
Yeah,
myself
you know
a
what?
little
Now I'm
treat.
talking about. I'm going to have it after this.
And what's
You know why? Because there's something about being an adult where you don't have to ask permission to eat sweets.
Yeah.
Right, but you've been an adult for over 30 years, you
Yeah.
know, so you're acting like a kid who escaped from fat camp. I mean, what do you? Jason said the other day, he was like, "Hey, look, I mean, humans." He said, "Humans are the only animals that eat more than once a day, and blah, blah, blah. We should only eat once a day." And then immediately everybody's like, "What about cows? They graze all day." Oh, yeah, what about? He's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess the whole thing You go through every animal.
I'm not smart. I just have ideas. They're not great ideas or good ideas. I just get ideas and then I spit them out.
They're a jumping off point.
Yeah, just start a conversation. Enjoy.
Are you you don't smoke. Do you smoke cigarettes?
I tried to when I was 19.
Yeah.
I did it for like a month. I would go to Hollywood Billiards every day and shoot pool, trying to be like Fast Eddie Felson in The Hustler.
Yeah.
But when I would bend over to shoot, the smoke would get in my eyes and they would start running, and then I
Yeah.
would start sneezing, and I'm asthmatic.
Yeah.
And so I stopped that. And honestly, I didn't even know at the time that people inhaled. I would just suck in the cigarette and blow it right back out. And years later, they're like, "You inhale it down your lungs." I'm like, I had no idea.
Well, good. You avoided a lot of stupidity.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What about pot or gummies or that kind of thing? Anything like
You know
that?
what? I love the idea of weed. I love the idea of weed, but it hits me wrong. It makes me dizzy. It makes me go deaf. I lose
Right.
my cognitive skills.
Yeah.
Not Sean. Sean just goes right to the s'mores.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to just creep in with a camera and shove, from Sean's back door there, or just come in and just catch him standing over the stove.
Cover my face.
I want to know what song he's humming when he's making his s'mores.
You just walk in the Buffalo Bill headset, the night vision goggles.
Right, from Silence of the Lambs. That's hilarious.
It puts the s'mores in the basket, am I right?
Yeah. By the way, we did do a takeoff on that bit, and it's one of the best things we ever shot in Jackass Forever. We lured the cast to this room. We staggered their call, so it'll be 2 at a time. And they thought they were watching me do this stunt. So they would get in the room, we would lock the door, turn out the lights, and they couldn't see anything. And we psychologically absolutely tortured them, and physically too, a little. But mostly it was psychological. And just to see how they interacted with each other made the whole bit. Like Dave England and Aaron McGehee acted like an old married couple, and they were just screaming at each other the whole time. And clearly,
great.
I'm the one who's causing all the chaos, but they took it out on each other. I can't wait for you to see that one.
I can't wait.
Wow,
Will you just film it all with like night vision goggles?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's it like insuring? You talked about the high insurance with Paramount. Like, it must be a fucking nightmare for them because these guys, everything in this world is run by lawyers,
right?
And so everything's prohibitively expensive. Like when you go, yeah, we want to make another Jackass, they're like fucking co-legal because they're the first stop,
right? Well, I think on the TV show we lost our insurance at one time, and on the first movie, they didn't insure the entire movie. They treated, obviously, back then, they treated the whole movie as a negative pickup. They're like, here's some money. We don't have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they insured per bit. So one bit we wanted to do with Pontius, to take him to a Pentecostal church dressed as the devil and handle snakes with the congregation. It was going to be like $5 million to insure, and our first movie cost $6 million. So we couldn't do that.
Wow.
Right.
But after that, they just insured the entire movie. Wow. They didn't insure it per bit. But I did bring up the example of the one bit for Jackass 4 that was going to be like $10 million deductible or something.
But that's like one of those things, like we all know when you're going to do a job and you got to fill out that insurance thing, and they'll be like, do you plan on operating a motor vehicle between now and the time you're shooting the movie? That seems pretty goddamn tame compared to yeah, not only do I plan on being in a motor vehicle, I'm jumping one off a parking garage while I'm shooting myself.
It's so funny. Like on our movies, I can do whatever I want, really. But if I go on a Hollywood movie, they have a stuntman lined up for me. And they don't want me to do any stunts. And it's frustrating.
How do Hollywood stuntmen, how do they deal with you? Like do you meet stuntmen and they give you like all right, man, good for you?
I remember on the first movie I did, Jackass was just coming out, and it was lunchtime, and the stunt guys were like, hey, Knoxville, you can come sit with us. And it meant so much to me. They're like, we don't let actors sit with us, but you can sit with us. And so I was so touched.
Yeah.
Because they've always been super nice to me, and I really, what they do blows me away. They're so talented and gifted and trained, and so we get along very well.
That same thing happened with Jason. The hair and makeup department said the same thing. They're like, you can come eat with us.
Wait, just one last question, PJ, just about the injuries. I know you get asked this all the time, but you had touched on, by the way, thank God you're doing well from all the things you listed back in December, almost a year ago, the brain hemorrhage and all that. Is there anything that's lasted that you have to now live with because of that?
I have to live with all my past injuries, and we'll see where that comes out. I've had like 16 concussions. But my biggest one, and by the way, I'm like I said earlier, I'm not very in touch with my body. So I figured I did this to myself, right? So I get up every morning just thankful and grateful. But my back, I have 2 blown discs in my lower back. So that's something I have to deal with just with exercise and anti-inflammatories. But I'm so lucky. I've had some stunts that almost had forever consequences 5 or 6 times. I'm almost dead 5 or 6 times. So
Jason, didn't you have a very successful day with 2 blown dicks? What were you saying about that? You had said, what was the word that you said?
I have to live with it. And that's all I'll say.
Is that so wrong?
It's a high-class problem.
BJ, you stay safe, please.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your sacrifice.
Yes.
We sure do.
The laughs.
My goodness. What a lot of fun you've given us. We will see you personally very soon. Thank you for spending an hour with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on. All the best with the movie.
PJ.
Hope it kills. And I'll definitely be watching. You're the best. Thanks, man.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks,
PJ.
Steve.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you, pal.
Bye, pal.
You know, I don't think I've ever met him, and he's really funny, and he's really
funny.
personable. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't think he would be that.
Yeah, that guy's just, there's no Hollywood in him whatsoever.
Yeah, he's great.
He's super engaging, and I love how sort of honest he is about everything, every stage of his life, and then coming to LA and doing the Jackass and doing all of that, and he's just very sort of open, which is
and
nice.
how wild that everybody has like a different journey. Like he came out here to be an actor, and he did.
Yeah.
He's done tons of great movies, but he's known for being this like stunt crazy person. Everybody, you just don't know where you're going to end up.
Hey, I wonder what the percentage is of people who go to, let's say, college, studying up on a career, and actually do that.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like a bunch of success comes on the way to doing something different.
Yeah.
Right? As long as you're pointed in a direction, forks will emerge.
It's become huge for him. But I can't wait for that movie. I've seen all of them. Boy, they're laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I would be so anxious going into one of those things, even just thinking up the stunts. Like, well, you know, that feels safe, and like I wouldn't be worried about that. But then it's like, well, that's not going to be entertaining footage. It's got to be something that is really frightening in concept, and then to actually execute, it's even more frightening.
But also, like, what about that notion he was saying about getting you know, the bull playing a trick on a bull, and then like it really hurt, but they didn't get it on camera. It didn't.
Take 2.
So take 2 with the bull.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
And again, there's no way that nothing happens when you stand in front of a bull. And I think I know the one he's talking about, right? Where the bull charges you and flips you over its back.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you can't land that. I don't care what a great gymnast you are or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what they're selling, you know, and God bless them. I don't.
I'll watch it. I wouldn't do
not
it.
have the backbone for that.
I'll do it too. I can't watch it. It does make me uptight too when I see it, because I get, with stuff like that, I get a little bit nervous. So I can't watch that stuff at night. So at night, I'm not going to watch that, because at night, what I'll do is before bed, I'd rather listen to a lullaby.
Whoa, that was a good one, Arnett.
That was good. That was really
very good.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Michael Grant Terry, Rob Armjarv, and Bennett Barbaco. SmartLess. Our next episode will be out in a week wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can listen to it right now early on Amazon Music, or early and ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app.